Hello. So this is my first video for a mini company, nonprofit, to learn people's journeys as I want people to learn mine. I've been through things in my life that I don't need to get into detail, but the lessons and the journey that I've learned just through personal experience to leading me to my point now is inspiring for not just me, but hopefully others. I'm a recovering addict for alcohol. I believe for many years I've made choices that have hurt a lot of people, including myself, without even realizing that I've never been able to let go of my past traumas when I was younger through different scenarios coming into to my point, my life now. And now that I'm 5 months sober, almost coming to 6 months sober, I've got to say, there's so much I've learned, not just through my journey, the process, but through going to rehab and for once accepting my emotions and learning to control them, as opposed to instead of putting myself in my shoes, putting myself in other people's shoes. Now, this video, I will be doing videos twice a week. I think during COVID, we have all lost so much, relationships, family, businesses, opportunities, communication. It's not just a disease that's killing people, it's killing people on the inside. And where this world has gone to now, when the world changes, how do we adapt to that? How do we adapt to the world changing? And it changes us. Look, during COVID, I lost things that, it happens. It happens in life. But I learned through the process of when you sacrifice yourself for the greater good for yourself and others, to learn to control your emotions is probably the most powerful thing in terms of inspiration of where you want to go in life, no matter where you stand in life. Now, to start off, just a little introduction for me, alcohol for me, I wasn't drinking every day by any means, but because I never knew or learned how to properly control how I was feeling, whether that would be a response or what I was thinking with my subconscious on how to make decisions better, it became dangerous over time. I didn't see it. I didn't see that every time I was partying and how much I would intake with alcohol, how much I was really doing to myself, and it affected everything around me. And my family, past relationships, etc. People that love me that I hurt. Now, with that being said, my last day of drinking was October 31st. I put myself in a very vulnerable place, and I made that call to go to rehab, and it was the best decision of my life. I ended up being the first graduate to graduate on a Zoom process. I didn't meet the faculty until I actually graduated in a 3-month span. So it goes to show that people can change, y'all. People can change, because when you finally sacrifice yourself, all of you, your beliefs into something so big for yourself to create a better mindset, tools to learn, perspective, spirituality, physically and mentally, mindsets. These things are nowhere near a joke. And so going to this video is what I learned in my first process through rehab is the power of letting go and also the power of forgiveness. So letting go is not just something where we let time go, like we let time pass and we make choices for ourselves to just continue to build us. That's part of it. But letting go is absolutely something where there are so many components to letting go: forgiveness, acceptance, understanding. Reflection is huge. Reflection is something where whether you're reading a book to gain the education or you go for a walk to gain the insight of what really happened, okay? Whether it's in relationships, business partnerships, everyday communication, or you just being upset about one individual thing. I think when we step back and take a moment to reflect, it really changes your perspective, not only in just what you're upset about or been upset about, but where you go moving forward. I feel like now I've learned every choice we make really builds your character. It builds your character to others and yourself. Now, when people, you know, the power of letting go is something for me that I've learned is I let go of everything in my past um, that caused a lot of problems for me internally and externally. It's developed a mindset for me that when I started using forgiveness, forgiveness is a big thing, guys. Forgiveness is something where you accept the things that happen to you, take accountability for it. Even if something wasn't your fault, it doesn't matter. It's your life and you're in this position because something happened. And you have to find that. You have to find what went wrong from beginning to end. And rehab has shown me that through different activities and different reflection stages is just as simple as writing down a journal every day. When you look over time how your emotions are from where you started journaling to the point you're at in the present, you really gain a perspective of how you either changed or what your mindset is every day. Even journaling twice a day or going for a walk for an hour. I've been doing that a lot recently. I've been praying. I've been noticing my prayers changing over time to more positivity as I started incorporating these things in my life. Now, when I chose to stop drinking, it was the best decision of my life, hands down, hands down. I'm healthier. I feel better. I'm in a better place. I've learned to let go of all the things that hurt me. Because, guys, when somebody or something hurts you, I've learned that it's a real opportunity. It's an opportunity to grow your character. It's an opportunity to grow you. It's an opportunity to change behaviors, mindsets, choices, all these things that will lead into our future, whether if it's a day from now, a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, a decade from now. Every choice that we make builds our character, it builds our mindset, it builds our emotional intelligence. And I've been reading some books, and the one book I'm reading right now is called The 12 Rules to Chaos. And I read this one line that stood out to me. Trees can only grow to heaven if the roots reach to hell. We have to go through painful things in order to understand and grow our perspective and mindset moving forward. I used to be a guy that was full of resentment, anger, revenge. Not anymore. These traits are something that can be so dangerous without even us realizing it. And for me, when I'm at peace with something now, I can actually look back and be like, hey, you know what? I'll take accountability for this and forgive the other person. It takes a lot of bravery and courage to forgive. And I forgive everything that's happened in my past, everything. And I think with that being said, being at a peace of mind and the acceptance of the things that have happened, the controlling of the emotions, and to know and to understand that things are going to happen and always will. This life is not perfect, especially when you look at COVID now, what it's done to people's mindsets. It's dangerous. And I learned in rehab that in the serenity prayer, God, accept the things that cannot change. And with that line there, that's not the full serenity prayer, but with that line there, accept the things that cannot change. When you're able to do that, you really gain an insight that, look, things are always going to happen. And with my spirituality growing, I know and believe that God throws these things because he trusts us to build us. He trusts us with these hard scenarios to handle it with care and love, to build us to what he wants us to be. Now, whatever you believe in, I don't judge at all. But whatever your higher power is, there's a purpose. There's a purpose to understanding that things happen. And I've made a lot of terrible choices. Do not get me wrong by any means. But when you do the work and understand that we're not perfect by any means. I don't even want to be perfect. I understand now with everything that I've done and who I am today that this is part of my journey. And that's why I'm making this video, this company, because I want to help people, not just in COVID, but moving forward through addiction, through problems, feel free to always email me about, because I'm still learning as I go. I'm only 5 months in. I got the rest of my life ahead of me, but where I'm going now, I can confidently say that this is where I want to be. Right now is where I'm supposed to be. And I pray every day now, morning, afternoon, night, because like I mentioned, when you are aware of your emotions and where you're at, you make peace with it, with someone that has unconditional love. And my life has been interesting, but no matter what happens, now that I practice forgiveness, the power of letting go, the power of understanding that, people make choices in life, whatever relationship you're in, whatever scenario you're in, don't let things around you control who you are, because it's a scenario you can't control, and a scenario you have to accept. And I love the direction I'm going with the books that I'm reading. I'm also reading the Bible. It teaches some pretty concrete lessons that can be applied to life today on how to love, care. Self-love, self-care is huge. I didn't have that for myself over the past decade. I really did not. I didn't have these tools I have now to understand where us as human beings need to go. And now I live every day with goals and purpose. I write down all my goals and purposes. I achieve all of them, and to ensure that I do it with integrity. To be aware of your surroundings is huge. It helps you let go of the things that have hurt you. And you know what? Things happen, and I'm just glad I was able to do this as a first video. I'm going to be making videos on different topics with very in-depth content on what I'm learning through reading videos. I literally created a classroom for myself every day of wanting to learn through experience, opinions, and helping people to continue my journey. And I want to hear your guys' journeys. Feel free to always message me. I'm going to be doing a lot of help for people, because I believe as the more that I help, the more that I learn. And there's going to be this journey is going to be even more amazing as I continue to grow. And I will never pick up a bottle again in my life. I will continue to show myself and other people that people can change. Love yourself, be a part of your journey, and be a part of mine. And I'd like to thank you all. And that's it. I'll have another video next weekend. Stay tuned. Thanks, y'all.